Continuing on with my physical education exploration, today we're investigating some skill-related fitness components, just two of them, balance and coordination. So in what ways, my essential question is, in what ways might we build or develop better balance and also work on coordination? So I'm going to touch on first the balance topic and then coordination, which is your ability to move your arms and your legs, also called your limbs, together in a harmonious way, so you can get some things done. So, but one of my objectives for today was that the students will be able to apply weight transfers with control as to eliminate or reduce falls or crashes, because we don't want people to fall. So also, we'll build balance for increasing amounts of time. Okay, so as an example, a kindergartner might hold it for their age, 5 seconds or more if they can. First grader, 6 seconds. Okay, by the time you get to fourth grade, hopefully you can hold some positions for 9 seconds. But in the big picture, my idea is that through understanding balance and how it happens, that's one way people can improve. So I'm going to use two examples out here. There's something called the base. The bottom of an object is the base. So this box has a wider base touching the floor as compared to the ball. So the base of the box is larger than the base of the ball. And if I were to take something like this, just an hourglass, it's a very narrow base, okay? Narrow means like very close together, and this refers to width. Now width is, it can be wide, like this has a wider base than this. This has a narrow base. This has a narrow base. Things with the narrow base will move easier or tip and fall easier. Okay, if I laid this hourglass on its side, now it has more contact with the floor, so it has a different base depending on how you stand it. So when you're a person and you're standing, okay, usually your balance is going to be better when your base is what's below you. So you want to have your body lined up over your base. Your base is your feet. Now if your feet are wide, you have a wide base. If your feet are narrow, you have a narrow base. So what do you think? Is your balance better if your base is wide or if it's narrow? Well, when I'm narrow, I could be blown over and forced to step, or I could tip easier until I get my base back under me. So that's why I want my students to understand that for athletic positions or ready positions, your feet are apart, your knees are flexed, okay? You're ready to move, okay? If I were to show from the side, so my base is what's below me. If you see the triangle of space between my legs, that shows you I have some width to my stance. My feet are not narrow and touching together. Once I open up my feet, my base is wider, my balance is better, okay? So usually a good athletic position, your knees are bent a little bit because you have to bend them before you move. Okay, so if your weight is on your toes and your heels are up, you can be in a ready position that might face forward or to the side. This is sometimes called square if I face you here. So as far as base goes, having your body over your base. A triangle has a base. If this is the tip of a triangle and the two sides are my legs, then that's, my base of my triangle. Okay, but remember I used the example. Okay, the box had a base. Everything has something in contact with the floor. Like a chair has 4 points of contact. So when I'm on the floor, even if my hands and feet are down, now I have 4 points of contact. That forms my base. I have better balance with 4 things on the floor spread out than I had with 1 or 2 or 3. So when you're in this position, or even if you're on your knees, okay, such as a table position or pose, now I have 4, 5, 6 points of balance or points of contact. Okay, so usually balance is affected by how many points of contact you have. Most of the time, the more points you have, the better. So I wanted you to understand that about balance. Now let's try some more.